Hey guys, I hope you're having a good night. So what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be graphing this system of linear inequalities. So first thing we're going to do here is get these out of this format and into slope-intercept form. So remember, slope-intercept form is the mx plus b format where we isolate the y on the left. So let's go ahead and do that with this first inequality. So for this first inequality, we're going to go ahead and cancel out the 4x on the left, move it over here on the right. So remember, whatever you do to one side, you do to the other side. So we're going to have y is greater than negative 4x. Now, to graph this, we're going to go ahead and start. We always start with the y-intercept, the b value on the end. So that's going to be 0. So that's our starting point. And then since we have an integer for a slope, we need to put it over 1, always over a positive 1. Okay, and that's a positive 1, and the 4 is negative. So from this point, we're going to rise over run. So we're going to go down 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and run 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, run 1. And going the opposite direction, moving that negative from the top to the bottom, that would give us a positive 4 on the top and a negative 1 on the bottom. We're going to rise 4, okay, because it's positive now, and we're going to go left 1. So now keep in mind that there is not an equal part here. There's not a line under here. So since there is no line, there will be no solutions on this dashed line. No solutions. Okay? All right. So now where do we graph? So first thing we do here is we have to choose a test point. And normally I like to choose 0, 0, but since it's on the dashed line, that's not going to work. We have to choose one that's either down below or above. So to keep this sort of simple, we're just going to go ahead and choose, I'm going to go ahead and just choose 1, 1 as my test point. All right, so let's plug 1, 1 into this inequality. So 1 would go in for y, and 1 would go in for x. So 1 is greater than negative 4. Well, that's true. Okay, that's true. So that must mean that 1, 1 is a solution to this inequality. So we are going to shade in that direction. If it was false, we'd shade on the other side of the line. Okay, now let's go ahead and do the next one. So this one here, let's rewrite it. Okay, let's move the x term to the other side. Now that's a minus, that's going to drop down and become a negative on the y. Don't forget to put the x term first, and then the constant. Now we want to divide by negative 1, or we could just multiply through by negative 1, whatever you feel most comfortable with. So that's going to make a positive y. Don't forget to change your inequality. Whenever you divide or multiply by a negative number, the inequality flips. So it went from a less than to a greater than, 2x minus 3. Okay, graphing this one. Going to negative 3, 1, 2, 3. Integer again, so put it over 1. So rise 2, run 1. If I go too fast for you, feel free to pause the video, rewind if you missed something. Okay, again, we have no equal part here. Verify back to the original equation, no equal part. Sometimes it gets lost. Better double check. So that means we got a dashed line again. Now we have to determine where to shade for this inequality. So let's choose 1, 1 again. Might as well. I mean, we could choose 0, 0. Let's just stick with 1, 1. So test. We're going to go ahead and test 1, 1. So plugging 1 in for y, plugging 1 in for x. We're going to get 1 is greater than 2 times 1 is 2 minus 3 is negative 1. 1 is greater than negative 1. So that means 1, 1 is a solution. So we are going to shade that direction. All right, so if we were to stop right now, our solution would be found in the double shaded region here. But we have one more inequality to solve. Okay, I went and got myself a red pencil. So we got 3 different colors going on here. Here we go. So we're in standard form. I'm going to move that x term over to the other side. So we have 2y. Put the x term first, and then the constant. Divide by the number in front of y. All right, right here, when you reduce this, you're going to end up with a negative 1x. You might as well leave that 1 on there. You'll see why in a moment. Plus 4. So to graph this one, we're going to start with our y-intercept at 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then applying the slope, again, we do not have a fraction, so we're going to make one by putting this integer over a positive 1. So we're going to go down 1, right 1. Now you see why I left the 1 on there. Down 1, right 1. So from this point, from this starting point, down 1, right 1. All right. Okay. Since we have an equal in this inequality, we're going to make a solid line. Now, hey, we could use 1, 1 again. Let's use 1, 1 again. So let's plug in. We'll plug 1 in for y. And we'll plug 1 in for x. So that's going to give us negative 1 plus 4, which is 3. And that's a true statement. 1 is less than 3. That is true. So we will shade towards 1, 1. Now, where is the solution to this system? Well, we have some pencil, we have some pen, and we have some red pencil. So we're going to make this part right in here nice and dark. Make it nice and dark. So all the points that lie in this triple shaded region will be a solution to your system. So remember that the solution is going to be this triple shaded region. It's also going to be the solid border, but not the dashed border. Any point inside of here and on the solid line. So let's write down some of those solutions real quick. So we already know one solution is definitely 1, 1. It's in that triple shaded region. Okay, how about 0, 1? That would work. That would work. That's in there. How about 1, 2? That's a good one. Whoops. Now, how about some non-solutions? Well, any point that's not in here. Let's start off with the 0, 0. 0, 0 is not a solution because it's on a dashed line. Okay, how about 1, 2? How about this point? 2, 0. That will not work. Only the points in the triple shaded region. Anyway, have a great night. I'll see you guys in class tomorrow. Don't forget to bring your A game, and let's do real well on our common assessment tomorrow.